my friend. How are you?
Good. How are you doing? What's been going on?
Okay, well, everything came to a head back at home. They showed up at my house and, like, attacked. And, I was trying to get my old job back, but because I thought, I gave up my job because I was trying to, protect my boss from whatever was going on. But then I realized, he's not in any danger. No one around me has ever been targeted. So I decided I was going to try to get my job back. So I'm sitting there, I'm on my balcony, and I see my boss's car sitting across the street with two people in it, sitting there watching me. And I talked to him, and I said, I saw you. I'm like, what are you doing? And he said that it wasn't him and all this stuff. And so then the apartment building, I told you, remember that the people that rented the rental company was in on the stalking?
Yeah,
they were recording. Yeah, they were recording everything that I was doing, and they were reporting back to certain people. And so then finally, I got upset, and I kind of had a little fit. And they told me that I had to leave the building and that I wasn't allowed to go back to the building. So I've been trespassed from my own apartment building. I had to leave my son with my mom. They've completely made me just lose everything. Like, I'm in a safe beds right now where I'm hiding out, just trying to regroup and make plans. But, losing my son was I never thought that it would get to that point, where I would actually have to leave my child. And that's what they've done, because that's, exactly what they wanted to do, because that's the thing that hurts me the most, right?
You never thought the stalking, the group stalking that's been happening to you, you never thought them stalking you would lead to the point of you losing your son?
Exactly, I didn't. I never did. I just thought, I'll always fight for him, I'm not going to give up, I'm not going to quit. I always thought in my head that, I'd get through it somehow. I never even once considered, not doing what I was doing. And I know that I've made myself even more visible by, talking to you and the things that I've done online and my YouTube channel. Like, I know that that's made me even more of a target. So, that's why they kept amping it up, because I started talking about it and I started being open about it. And people were getting really emotional about it, about the fact that I was sharing so much with people.
Can you
putting them on blast,
Putting them on blast. Can you explain that the fact that you're talking about how you're being stalked and the fact that you're explaining to people that you're being stalked may even make you get stalked even more?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, when I started, as soon as I went public, it increased at least 50%. There was twice as many people as there ever was before once I started talking.
Right. This really sounds to me like people in the educational field have been lacking in their perception of what's going on. At one point, weren't you passed off as being paranoid or delusional?
Oh yeah, they still do that. That's so normal. Right now it's like I went crazy and I left home and I abandoned my son. That's how it's playing out in their narrative, right? I went nuts and I ran off and abandoned my child. Meanwhile, it's like they trespassed me from the building. The police came. I had the police called twice in one day to me, on me.
But I've spoken...
So the cops came and took me away from my building and took me from my son and told me that I was no longer allowed to go back to the property.
I've spoken to...
They escorted me to the next town.
I've spoken to dozens of women. One of them was being stalked viciously by a group of people, like what you're going through, and it was gang stalking. And she lost her son, and after losing her son, she tried to kill herself by swallowing 120 pills, and she did.
I was gonna do that.
You were headed that way.
I don't know how close I was. When I left my home, I was in my mind. I was like, okay, now this is it. I've really hit bottom, and I'm gonna go. Honestly, what I was gonna do, I was gonna go and get the guy that started it all. The guy that, I was like, if I'm gonna go down, I'm taking hostages. I'm taking people with me. And I was gonna go after the guy that was the first one that called me in and reported me to the people that are stalking me. And I was gonna take him out. I bought a butterfly knife, and I was just ready to freaking go. I learned how to use it, and I was just ready to take it on. I'm like, they're not going to take my child from me. And I'm like, without my son, there's nothing to live for. So I was like, they've taken my life away by taking my son away. And then I talked to my son about, what I was going through and stuff, and he was so, he's 14, right? And he was so, heartbroken over it, and, he just kept begging me not to do anything stupid, and he's like, you still have me, you gotta fight, you can't quit now, that's just quitting, you can't quit. And he's absolutely right, and I mean, I never once thought about turning around and not fighting until that moment. That was, the moment where I was they finally pushed me over the edge,
Well, that's a mother's natural reaction, is to defend her child, and the fact that you were so viciously stalked. I think a lot of mothers would be able to relate to that scenario. What kind of?
There was kids outside my building talking about me, little girls, like my neighbor's kids, and my son's best friend's kids, and they're all outside talking about me, saying that I did all these bad things. One of them said that I touched her, that I pushed her, and I've never even met her before in my life. I've never even seen her before. And they're sitting there saying that I pushed her, and they've all got these coach stories that they were using to get me out the building.
Yeah, you never saw her before in your life, but she's stating that.
No, I never seen her. And she said that I grabbed her.
Yeah,
I grabbed her arm.
Yep.
And I mean, they've already said, they've already accused me of being a child rapist. They've already accused me of being a child molester.
Yep.
Which is common now. I know that now. And it's common. They do that to women all the time.
So there's somebody there. A woman stated that you put your hand, or a younger woman stated that you put your hands on her, and you never seen her.
Yeah, she's 9 years old.
Or your girl.
Yeah. My building saying that I grabbed her.
A young. So.
I mean, making me look like a monster.
So a young girl that you've never seen before in your life, 9 years old, stated.
I've never seen her before in my life.
And
I've never met her. I mean, I know who she is because she's my son's best friend's little sister.
How has that?
She's standing out in front of my building saying that I hit her, that I grabbed her, just saying I molested my son and that I abused some little 9-year-old.
Did you?
Right, so it's not hard to get behind that as a community member. That's a great thing to say because it's so easy to get people behind you and support that. Support getting rid of me if I'm not villain. Right? They're painting me as a horrible person.
That's a
my boss outside. When I saw my boss outside with my manager, I went and put on the T-shirt from the restaurant that I worked for, that I ran with him. And I put on the T-shirt of the restaurant, and I stood and it was like they were behind the trees trying to hide, but there's only one tree, so I could see them, and I could see them both sitting in the front seat. And I knew it was him. And then he never answered my calls. When I called him, he never answered me. So he never told me that I couldn't have the job. I went and spoke to him, and him and I had a one-on-one. And I'm like, he goes, well, yeah. He goes, I don't see why you can't have your job back. He goes, because you didn't do anything. You didn't steal from me. You didn't do anything wrong. And, I told him that the issues that I'd had in the past were basically over and that it wasn't going to happen anymore. And, I was just saying that. I didn't believe it, but I was like, I still have to go on with my life. I still have to pay bills. I still have to take care of my son. And since this happened now, my mother's been laid off from her job. My mother's 70-something years old. She's now the sole provider for my child. And here I am, wanting to work and wanting to do the right thing, but I'm just hiding. But the best thing about it was that I got away, and they didn't know where I went. Nobody followed me. I jumped on 3 different buses. I jumped off and on buses for 2 hours. And then finally I seen this one bus coming to where I am now, and I just hopped on it, and nobody found me, and nobody followed me.
Okay, good. And one thing you want to do is record everything that's going on around you, if you can. Record everything that's going on.
There's nothing going on around me now. I'm in a government office building. There's where the safe beds is. So no one has access to me at all.
Right.
So I managed to stay hidden and stay anonymous.
Right, because
that won't last.
I've seen it's a history of the people who are stalking you. This has come up many times by many individuals that I've interviewed. The people that are stalking you, they will actually make false claims that you're doing something to them when they've been repeating.
Well, that's exactly what they've done. But I mean, and to get a child.
Right. Wow.
A child in that protest, it's so twisted.
Incredible.
I can't even believe it.
Now, Aaron, are you aware that 70% of the people being gang stalked are women? Have you heard?
Are women, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're easy targets.
Right.
You know, I mean, when I look back and I think about it, it's like, man, I was a dream target for them because my mother is really weak. She's really, like, really naive. She, you know, she said all that time. Remember when I had an update with you and I told you my family believed me and everything? She went back later and said that she didn't believe me ever and that she thought it was in my mind. And she was just saying that because she was just trying to, you know, be supportive even though she didn't believe a fucking word I was saying. That's when she came back and told me, and I said, well, aren't you the perfect person to be in this program? Aren't you perfect for this? I mean, you know, it was designed for people like you that can't see reality, that can't see the truth because they want to believe in some fantasy of some, you know, nice, happy world that we all live in where nobody's a villain. And then when she's sitting there saying that she didn't believe me, she said, my son's like, gang stalking, she goes, oh, no, gang stalking is real. I'm like, oh, so it's real, but it's not happening to me, right? I'm just imagining all this. Like, I mean, I've got days worth of stories. I mean, over a year and a half, she's heard them all, and she still wants to believe that. It's easier for her to believe I'm crazy than it is for her to believe that the world is that ugly of a place, and that's the bottom line. You know, you see that naivete, she can't give it up. That when we watched the YouTube videos together, and there was people getting gang stalked, and they were doing hand signals and stuff. Germany's brutal, eh? What's up with Germany? Because that's, you know, Hitler invented gang stalking, right? This is his psychological gas chamber, is what they called it. That's how he used to isolate the Jews. That's how he did it. Before there was, you know, gas chambers, there was gang stalking. He created it. So in Germany, I'm watching this video, my mom and I, and you see the guy doing the hand signals on the bus, and you see the guy recognizing this person, and he's talking in German, and they translate it, and they're mocking him and making fun of this guy, saying, oh, he thinks because he's recording it, it makes a difference. Isn't that funny? He's so irrelevant. Ha, ha, ha. They're like totally mocking the guy in German in public. And there's like five different people on the bus stalking this guy, you know, and it's just like a day in the life of me. It's just like every other day. And my mom saw it, and she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, I see that. She goes, if I hadn't seen the hand signals and all that, I wouldn't have believed it. But she believes it, but it doesn't happen to me. Like, I just, you know, I'm like, no, how it went was I turned on the YouTube, and I realized that that's what was going on. I mean, I discovered that that's my reality, and, you know, it's impossible for people to swallow sometimes.
Right. Well, we've been making, Aaron, since I remember I interviewed you when you first got targeted. I mean, well, when you first came telling your story.
When I first came around and realized that I was being gang stalked, yeah.
Right. I interviewed you, and you know, after that, you started going after the people who were gang stalking you and capturing them on film. Yeah. And you were doing a lot of.
I got them all on film.
Right. You were doing a lot of good work, so I encourage you not to let whatever happened discourage you, and don't let any.
Yeah, I mean, it took me to a dark place, and I'm not proud of that because, you know, every time I do that, they're winning, right? Like, I'm gonna just roast my son and carve him up and put him on a silver platter for them, right? That's what they want. They want me to flee. They want me to kill myself. They want me to do whatever it takes.
Right, and you're dealing with a degenerate mentality of people.
Exactly, it's a degenerate mentality.
It's a very degenerate mentality, and there should be. I would imagine there's child labor laws against people using children to stalk people, and they're getting paid. You know, people are getting. Yeah, right. People are getting financed.
Heinous is a word I hear a lot. A lot of people in gang stalking say that was a word a lot. Heinous.
Right, heinous. Of course. Right.
Yeah, they're trying to be anything else. Alienating a child from his own mother. I mean, that's something else more heinous than that. But my son believes me. My son, you know, he knows. He's been there. He's the one who started spotting bands inside the house. He started seeing them. He's like, hey, did you notice how there's some weird van across the street? And it's just sitting there. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, good eye, buddy. Right? He started to notice it himself.
Right. And so right now I've been currently running, you know, a crisis line for people like what's going on with you. I mean, these are crisis situations. We've been having conferences like every night, and we're doing courses, and we're trying to get people to donate to the cause. Don't you think that's important?
That's what we need, because, you know, like, if I had been able to, I wanted to go off the grid. I wanted to come and pick you up and go to Arizona and freaking help that other girl that's, like, you know, in chaos down there. Like, if I could, I would do that. Like, I have a criminal record, so crossing the border isn't easy for me. And, you know, I don't have the funds. I can't just pick up. I mean, I get a disability once a month for $1,000. Like, I can't. I have to give my mom money for my son. Like, I don't have any resources, and they know that. They know that. That's part of the thing. Like, they make sure that they have somebody that's got no resources. Like, I'm like a textbook target when I read what they look for. You know, especially with my family and the limited amount of support I have, and with my mother's, you know, inability to see reality. I mean, I'm like the ace target. They're able to fulfill their whole modus operandi. They're able to fulfill all of their needs. Get everything that they wanted, you know. And so it's like I give up everything, and here I am running now. It's like I'm hiding out. You know, I'm running scared, and I don't want to. But you know, I mean, if I go anywhere near that town again, I mean, I grew up there. That's my hometown. They banished me from my own town. Like, I can't even go back to my hometown, like, ever, because they're going to pick up my tail again.
Yeah. It's a strange situation, and there's power in numbers.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, how do you choose between that, gang stalking, and your child? I mean, how do you do that?
You know, if you had a way here, you know, if the contributions were right, I would finance for you to be able, you know, to come to where I'm at.
Well,
you know,
I wanted to go, like, honestly, like, I wanted to go totally rogue. I wanted to go off the grid. I want to be a warrior. That's what I want to do. I want to be an anarchist warrior and live in a commune in the mountains and freaking, you know, tell the world, grow weed and freaking live in the mountains and, you know, just, I mean, I don't know how else I'm supposed to re-enter society now. I can't even go to the town where my son is. And he's in high school. You can't pull a kid out of high school. He's got a girlfriend. He's going to go to the football team now, and he's a snowboarder. Like, he's all connected. I can't rip him out of there. That would be the worst thing for him. So, you know, I have to leave him there, and I have no choice. So it's like, you know, if we stay there for a couple of years or more for high school, then, like, I have nothing else going on. I would rather just take up this cause and go out there and put 100% in and be a warrior and go Mad Max on that shit, you know?
Yeah, put dubs on the situation and you know, get some off. Yeah, get off the grid.
Get some more funding going. Like, we should,
well, that's
like,
Aaron. Aaron, can
like
you tell the people how desperately we need these funds, and that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Of course you do. I mean, these are parents fighting for their children, right?
Right.
I mean, what's more important than that? I mean, we're fighting for our children. We're fighting for our freaking right to be, our freedom, our freaking liberty.
For
we're
the children.
For that. That's a real cause. That's not just, you know, one woman is battling cancer. We're talking about people that have a chance. Like, I mean, if it was up to them, I'd be dead now. You know, we have a chance at fighting back and rebuilding some things and getting a little bit of traction, you know?
Absolutely.
So we really do need support. I mean, like, I know there's a lot of other people that are going through this, but they seem to target people out on low income, don't they?
Of course.
Like, that's, you know, if somebody was rich, then they would have lawyers and they'd be able to fight it and they'd be able to do whatever. But they know that we can't do shit.
And if they
can, I want to prove them wrong. We can do something. We can do something.
And they will, if they donate. You know, if they donated right now, they would be an American hero. And
that's exactly what it is. And I mean, these systems are going to come into play in everybody's lives eventually. I mean, it's the apocalypse, dude. It's the end of days, right? And I don't even believe in the Bible, but you know, everything that's in there is coming true. You can't deny it. Everything that they say in the Bible and Revelation is happening around us. This is Big Brother, dude. It's not that complicated. Like, exactly what's happening. You believe fiction or fiction, but it's all coming true. You know, whether the fiction is from a character, the fiction is from George Orwell, it's all coming true.
Absolutely.
I remember that quote that from Orwell that says that in a world full of deception, the truth itself is a revolution. Just the truth alone, all by itself, is a revolution in a time of deception.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
We've been called to a higher purpose, my friends.
Yeah, we're definitely being called to a higher purpose, and every single night, Aaron.
That's right.
That's right. You know, I wish you were part of the conference last night. We talked a man out of suicide again. I'm hoping I can count on you to be in the conference tonight.
I will always be there. I will. You know, if you have anybody that's struggling like I'm struggling, and I can support them, I mean, you know, it was great that night with that girl. You know, I know what she's going through. I sometimes when I'm struggling, I feel like I don't have anything to give. But, you know, just my story alone, it's enough for people just to know that they're not alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Your story is
Yeah.
heroic. You ran around for 3 nights knocking on doors, desperately.
Yeah,
And
in the booth and jumping fences and getting tackled by security guards, and I mean, I've done pretty well. I fared really well considering, what I've gone through.
then you had to go involuntarily to a psychiatric ward where you were being threatened.
Oh yeah, they were trying to get me to go there for like 6 months, 8 months. They were trying to push me out, push me into that world, right? So it's like now I can't trust anyone to talk to mental health people. I won't talk to any of those people.
They have no
I'll talk
education.
about absolute stuff, but I won't talk to them about it.
They're not qualified. They have
No,
no.
listen, girl,
They have no education on the subject. They're not qualified.
No, they're not. There's this woman that I was getting a taxi, and I was fleeing from some people that were following me. And as I'm in the taxi, she's sitting there, and I've ridden with her before in the cab. And I said to her, what was going on? And I'm sitting there, and she freaking gets on the radio and says, we have a 518 or whatever. And she goes, yeah, just send them. And I go, what? She called freaking 911 and said I was crazy and I was paranoid and I was being followed and that they were going to come and grab me. And I had to flee from that. Like that all happened within like 2 days. Everything just came crashing down. Like, they were just, my whole town was full of them. And they blocked the highways. I couldn't even cross the highway. That's how many people there were. Like, I walked into the grocery store and there was literally like an ocean of people. And they all started moving the second I walked in the door. And it was a holiday. It was Easter weekend. And there was, nobody around. All of a sudden, the parking lot filled up with like 500 cars. And everybody inside the store was staring at me. And that was their moment of saying, like, you'll never get away from all of us. Right? That was their moment of saying, you might get away from a few of us, but there's so many of us that you're never going to get away. And that's, that was the message. That was the message.
Right. That was the message. But now there's a new message, Aaron. There's a message of hope. There's a message of progress.
Yeah,
I can't allow an imaginary line to separate you from what you want to be doing with your life.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have a criminal record of some sort, that's understandable. If you're being a woman who's been stalked, you've had people threaten to harm you. You have people making false claims to do something to you.
Absolutely, I know that.
This is a very serious situation, and if we had the contributions available, we may be able to get a lawyer or somebody who can get on record and get you down here so you can get the help you need with somebody who's qualified.
I would love to be down there. I would love to be on the front lines
with some.
I'm like that. I'm all in. I'm like, if this is my path, then this is my path. Like it's proven itself to be my path. Like there's nothing else that I should focus on that is sustainable. Like this is the only thing that seems to keep coming around.
Right.
I can keep getting jobs and I can keep trying to react to their move, or I can just go rogue and do my thing, right? And spread the word and be a freaking warrior for the cause, right? What else is this? This is the greatest battle of my life. Should not be my primary focus right now. He's been taking my child. I know he's safe. I know he's going to be okay. I don't have to worry about him. And the only time I really were worried about him was when I was around him, because I was bringing all that shit into his world, And,
right.
Questioning where he was going and all that stuff. He doesn't want that. He's a child. He wants to be relaxed and enjoy himself. So if that's what I have to do, if I have to give him up so that he can be safe, and then that's what I've done. So, this place has been really awesome. It's a safe-based place, and they let you stay for 2 weeks. So I've been able to get, some things, applications into other programs and things like that while I've been here. This is so awesome.
This is a horror show. A mother has been separated from her. A mother has been separated from her child over gang stalking after she was viciously stalked. And this is horrible. This is the type of horror stories that I've been doing with my crisis counseling and since June 2006, teaching people to beat gang stalking, and this is the type of horror that we've been having to deal with. And I really encourage people to donate, and get involved, because a mother being separated from her child, this is a serious situation. And
it's an abomination. What it is.
Right, that we need to get the proper education out there on what's happening here.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need.
And Aaron,
I'm going to work on that then here, me.
Right, what do you? This story is still evolving though. This just happened.
Oh yeah, I mean I didn't talk to you for so long because of that. Like I was just broken, dude. I was broken. In my mind, I was going to go kill this guy. I bought a butterfly knife. I was going to go kill this guy, and then I was going to overdose. That's what I was going to do. That was my plan. That's where my mind went. I mean, I'm a mom. And they put me to that point where I was homicidal and suicidal all at the same time.
Oh, my God. So let me get this straight.
I was going to take somebody with me.
You were viciously stalked at one point, running around for 3 days. I got a hold of you. I was able to get to help you break that confusion.
Yeah, I reached out to you. You're like the lifeline that I needed. I don't know
right.
what I would have done without you. You know, that word of reason, that peace that I needed. That, you know.
And I'll always be here for you. But I remember the last time we talked, you were with your family and you were cooking food and you were happy, and now it's come to this.
5 minutes later.
Right, to where you've been so.
That's how it is. Like they rip the rug right out from under you, right? So they make you feel safe and comfortable, and then they pull the rug out.
And then you had to feel like you wanted to kill yourself, and you had a knife, and you wanted to.
I was going to kill somebody else.
You were going to kill somebody else, and
take somebody else.
Right.
You know, and when what started happening in my apartment building, they started leaving the roof open. Like
wow.
The doors always locked. They started leaving the roof open because I mentioned a couple times that I was going to jump off the roof and splat all over the parking lot.
Oh my God!
Leaving the roof open. Yeah, I mean, right? The rental company's like, okay, go do it. We're pushing you. Push. Go do it. Jump.
Right. You've been being terrorized. That's what's been going on.
Oh yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's domestic terrorism, and like I said, it's a psychological gas chamber. That's what it is. It's to kill your spirit. It's a spirit death.
Right. I thank God that did not happen, Aaron, and that there's still hope, and there's a bright future. There's success.
Yeah, I'm so glad that I got through that because everything's going to change now.
Right.
Everything has to turn around. So.
Right.
Anyway, I have to go because I'm already like getting bad looks because I'm too loud and I'm in a private, quiet place, and I probably shouldn't be so verbal and vocal. And
well, Aaron, stay in touch. If you can later on, if you can get somewhere. We're having the crisis counseling later on, so no matter what, you got my number. You can always call me for help. Don't do nothing wrong, and stay positive.
I'm gonna just walk the line.
Right, and and hopefully the right people out there will contribute, and we can get this thing under wraps and get you back with your family and everything.
We need to make some moves. We need to rescue some people. That's what I would like to do. Just go around and get a gang of us, people that are, at the point that I'm at, where they have nothing left. They have nothing else to do, nowhere to turn. That's what I want to do. I want to get to that point.
It's a horror show.
Be there to support each other.
Absolutely. Well, you got my number as soon as.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, I have your number. You're the best, and we'll be in touch, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Love you, Aaron, and talk to you later.
Love you too, sweetheart.
Okay.
Okay, bye, bud.